Hello everyone, welcome back to the March to GVK Marathon. On today's video, we will be reviewing the original Mothra versus Godzilla film that came out in 1964. I'm going to try to make this review a little bit quicker than I usually do. This film opens up with a very great score and a very simple opening of just floodwaters in the background for the opening credits. Yet, just the music's so powerful. It's one of my favorite intro musics of the film. The first act of the film, I definitely can see how like a Mothra fan would really love this movie. I think the first act kind of moves a little bit slow to some extent, just in my opinion. That's not always a bad thing or anything. I thought it moved just a teeny bit slow, just the way I felt watching it. For a movie that's like an hour and 20 some minutes, I was kind of surprised, but it does have some good storyline going on with human antagonist, something that we haven't seen really at all yet. I think this is the first time there's like really true human antagonist, like evil humans and stuff in a Godzilla movie, I'm pretty sure. And it's very interesting. We got greedy businessmen and stuff. Not a bad way to start for the series. And basically they're the reason Mothra eggs come to the shore, and they buy it, they won't give it back. There's a whole conflict where the tribe people of Mothra and stuff, they hate the rest of the world basically and don't trust them, and we have to earn their trust because Godzilla arises about 30 minutes into this film. And we need his help. We need Mothra's help to be able to take him down and all that. And it's actually, a lot of it's really fun, especially whenever the Mothra and Godzilla battle happens. It's actually pretty, there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on from that point on. In this film, there was a lot of good acting. There wasn't too much cheesy dialogue. There were still some moments that gave me some chuckles and stuff. It was definitely a fun movie. There wasn't as much over-the-top acting like there was in King Kong vs. Godzilla. Nothing was wrong with that in the last movie. I love it in that movie, but like I was saying, there's a little bit less than that with the villains. There's two antagonists, and they both ended up kind of just causing each other to die in the end, by basically, in a way, killing each other. With all that, they won't, like I said, they're trying to turn Mothra's egg that comes ashore, into just like a amusement park to make money. And Godzilla, like I said, the movie opens up with a flood or like tsunami or whatever, and Godzilla is like buried under the ground. He starts destroying the city and stuff. They actually talk Mothra into it, and Mothra, a very weakened Mothra near her deathbed, comes and fights Godzilla and pretty much one-sides and destroys him in a fight, until she uses like her final attack, gets it, atomic breath. She's at her last breath anyways, and the last thing she does kind of knock Godzilla in a pit. So Godzilla only gets really like one hit on her in the whole fight. She just dies on her egg. Then the military takes over from there, and then we get the two Mothra twins fighting Godzilla, which that's actually, while it wasn't like entertaining in the way you think it would, it was kind of interesting to watch these two creatures that can't go hand in hand with Godzilla. They know they'll be overpowered, so use their environment to their advantage. They dodge, they hide behind rocks and stuff, and they kind of use stuff like that, and they web Godzilla up and beat him. They outsmart him. I thought that was kind of unique, and just like seeing Mothra just completely overpower Godzilla, that was really actually kind of cool to see. Like, she completely destroyed him in this film. She really did feel like a goddess in this film. I like that presence. I loved a lot of the music in this film. I love Sacred Springs. Like I said, they kind of brought back Godzilla's theme from King Kong vs. Godzilla, one that I absolutely love, although that opening credits theme, though, was amazing. And overall, it was a really fun movie. Kind of a short one. I was surprised how short it was, yet for some reason, it did feel like it lasted a lot longer than it actually did. I was kind of shocked, actually, that how long it felt like it lasted. There's nothing wrong with that. Once it really starts picking up in the middle, that's when it gets really entertaining. Both the human aspect, with the antagonist really going at it with conflict and going at odds slowly over the phone, where they just can't get along over money, and then they end up, like I said, causing each other to kill each other. The humans trying to figure out what to do and persuade Mothra into coming, which they end up doing. All that's really enjoyable. The first act of the movie really does set up for that, where the humans are just greedy and they take the egg and they won't give it back, and it really sways Mothra away, and they barely get her almost to come help but like I said, on her last day, she does come help. And it was kind of interesting too to see this whole like ending part where there was like a teacher and a bunch of kids stuck on the island at where Godzilla was heading, and they're like the only people that are at like stake there. But it was just kind of interesting, to feel like a bunch of those children and stuff. Those, although it's not like as nothing compared to like some of the other amounts of people that died in the Godzilla movies. It was kind of interesting, like that still attracted my attention, that those people were there. And that actually was a threat to them. The theme of the movie was pretty well there, about how greed can be a really evil thing. A lot of the Godzilla movies had metaphors up to this point, and it definitely did a good job of representing the good and bad of society and human nature, how greed can get to you. It definitely did a good job with that. A lot of Godzilla movies have their own distinct metaphors, so this one was really good with like greed and stuff. So that was something that really made it, like, that was something that like stands out about this movie versus other ones. The nuclear metaphor was still there, but it wasn't like the main theme of the movie. This was a really good Godzilla movie, though. I really did enjoy it. It definitely was more of a Mothra movie. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, the previous movie was more of a King Kong movie. This movie was very fun. I did really enjoy it, especially whenever the Mothra battle happens. Shockingly, it was actually a really fun battle between Mothra and Godzilla. The human stuff too was pretty interesting. Like whenever the Godzilla suit catches on fire, like that's crazy. They did retcon some stuff from the previous movie with the electricity and stuff, but it was still all fun to see. And the final battle too, why it wasn't the best thing in the world, it was actually still really fascinating to watch the way they did that battle. It did make sense. So in my opinion, Mothra versus Godzilla gets a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a really good movie. I did really enjoy it. It definitely is not like my favorite Godzilla movie or anything, but it still was a really good movie, and I was actually really impressed with like how well they were able to make a fight like that in this day and age work, with Mothra and them. Like I said, the human element in the movie, it wasn't like bad or anything. It was really enjoyable. It was kind of weird to me how it kind of moves slow towards the beginning, but again, that doesn't matter. It's still a really good movie, and I do highly recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, as always, please share, subscribe. We're going to try to get back on track with the watch along with this. And yeah, so towards the end I can give my opinions and give my tier list. So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please share, subscribe, and I hope you all have a good day. Peace.